Greetings everyone, this is Salahuddin again in another video. I apologize for not posting lately. I was really busy with my college life. So in today's video we're gonna talk about morality, its definition and its two types, subjective morality and objective morality. Now morality basically is the good and bad in life. What is good and what is bad, these are moral judgment. Morality exists. If we can't say, okay, this is good and this is bad, then morality doesn't exist. The existence of morality is based on the existence of the goodness and badness of actions, of our actions or things in general. So basically morality is what makes us say this action is good, this action is good, or this action is bad. So and this morality may have a standard. Well, it has to have a standard, and that standard may be objective and may be subjective, and that what determines its type. Subjective morality has a subjective standard, and an objective morality has an objective standard. So starting by subjective morality, what do we mean by that? Subjectivism generally entails that the truthfulness of our moral judgments vary from a person to another, from place to place, and from time to time. And they vary over time, over place, and from a person to another. For example, let's say action A is good. That's only good because I believe, because of my subjective sense of morality. I'm taking myself as the standard of what's good and wrong. And that can be true to myself, it can be false to another person. It can be true now, and it can be false in the future. For example, let's say something that was wrong and now is generally considered to be right. Let's take sodomy or homosexuality, for example. In the past, it was considered to be forbidden, to be wrong, to be false, and now it's considered to be normal, and it became a social norm. You would be an imbecile to claim that it's immoral. That's what the subjective morality is. It's only true for a certain period, or for it's the truth. That's what subjective morality is. It's the truthfulness of our moral judgments. They vary from over time and vary from over place and from a person to another. The objectivism entails that the truthfulness of our moral claims are true independently. It's not dependent on me. It's not just because I said it's true. No, it's true whether the whole world agrees with it or not. For example, let's take something. For example, bashing a kid with a hammer. That's false. That's immoral. So, for example, killing a kid, an innocent kid, that's immoral. Whether the whole world agrees with it or not, that's immoral. But objective morality should be based on an objective standard. But objective morality is by nature superior to subjective morality, because the truthfulness and because the truthfulness of our moral judgment, if they were based on an objective standard of morality, are more true or more enhanced, intellectually enhanced, than a moral claim based on because I think it's right or because I think it's wrong. Now, applying objectivism and subjectivism to morality is very, very interesting and intriguing, and it's debated really intensely in philosophy, between philosophers. For example, Immanuel Kant thinks that our respect for others is the driving force of our morality. Some say that, for example, we're not going to talk about nihilism or nihilists, like, for example, Jake Paul Sartre. That's a topic for another video, because nihilism denies even morality, denies even moral values. Personally, I'm an objectivist. I believe in objective morality, in the objective standard of morality to me is the religion. Religion what should be the driving force of what we claim is good and bad, not our actions. Because if we take humans as the standard, that's gonna cause a lot of problems. First of all, morals will change over time. Over time, as I gave an example of homosexuality, and then I gave an example, and it can change over place. Uh, for example, let's say marrying or no, let's say yeah, marrying a child, a 12-year-old. Let's say, for example, marrying a 15 years old. That can be good in a place, and that can be bad in another place. For example, in Morocco, that's bad. But in Japan, the age of consent is 13. It depends. So it varies from a person to another. If someone can be a pedophile, that basically means that someone can be a pedophile in a place, and cannot be a pedophile in another place. That's the main issue of subjectivism. There's no stable standard that we can refer to justify our moral judgments. Because just because society believes it that way, or just because I believe it that way, is not gonna it's not gonna enhance the truthfulness of our moral judgment. To enhance the truth, to make our moral judgment objectively true, we need to have an objective standard of morality. And to me, the only stable and valid objective standard of morality is religion, because the main source of the true religion is God, and God is the highest authority by nature. He's omniscient, so he knows what's good and bad. So I'll give two final examples to simplify the difference between subjective morality and objective morality. Let's say, for example, stealing a candy from a kid. A subjectivist would say, "Oh, that's bad because I said so, or because it's generally accepted to be bad," something like that. Or it's good. He can't say good, and we can't say he's wrong, or we can't say he's true, because there is no objective standard above all of us to refer to, and to clarify if it's good or not. But an objectivist would say, okay, according to this standard, this action is bad. According to this standard, this action is good, and that's what laws are based upon. We need a standard, because we need laws, we need restrictions, we need an objective standard, because we humans will follow our instincts. Ultimately, if we don't have moral chains to narrow or to limit our moral freedom, we can't just claim, okay, this is good, and we'll act upon it, or we'll claim that this is bad and we'll act upon it. Because if you don't, we're gonna live in a forest where the most potent will dominate. And that's basically why laws exist in the first place, to cancel this anarchy and to avoid it. So in conclusion, morality is the essential, or the spirit of what makes us say this is good and this is bad. It can be subjective, meaning it varies from a person to another, from place to another place. It varies over time. Or it can be objective, meaning that it has a ground, it has an objective standard that we can base it upon and refer to justify our moral judgment. Thank you.